Yeah, hello. Bitcoin today, March 16, 2:30 p.m. I wear a white T-shirt, so not red, not green, and this is more or less what the Bitcoin is doing. It's not really going up and down. That's good. We will later see what's going on. As always, we start with our website. And as you guys all know, we still have a problem with a banking crisis. Last night, the Credit Suisse had to be bailed out from the Swiss National Bank with 50 billion, quite a thing. The stock price this morning went up by 40%, quite crazy for a bank. And but anyway, it's good for the whole market, but still the problems are not solved. And the first thing we look for the reason here, we see the 2 years bond yield 4%, 10 years bond yield 3.5. So the inversion is going down. That's good. It's only 0.5%. It was up to 1% a couple of days ago. And this is not healthy, as you guys know. I mean, usually when you invest your money on the long term, you should get more interest than on the short term. But we are on a way to equal this out. That's a good thing. And I don't want to talk today anymore about the banking crisis. It's really something in the US, in Europe, and also in Japan. We saw it last night. I don't think it's like Lehman. It's not like in 2008, but it's bad. But we will see, in a way, it's good for Bitcoin. So anyway, that's what the situation is. Well, the first thing, like always, is we check the latest Bitcoin news. And, well, the nice thing is Bitcoin returns to 25 as Credit Suisse bailed out, as I just said, last night. We were up, I think, 2 days ago to 26.5. Then we came down to around about 24, and now we are around about 25. That's good. So the good thing is we came from 19.5 on Friday, and we consolidate around about 25. That's a very good sign. Another thing, Web3 needs its WordPress moment. Well, that means, as you guys all know, the internet was a big thing since the late 90s for information, and now Web3 is more or less that you're able to transfer value on the internet, which is basically Web3. And, well, WordPress moment means we need a big thing coming through, because as long as we sit on this 25 or maybe 26 or 20 or 30K, not much will happen. But we are on a very good way, and there's a lot of talk about, Meta and all these things. So it's something we have to monitor. Another thing which is not nice, that recently, since the FTX disaster, there's a lot of problems with the SEC and Gary Gensler, and they really try to hit on the crypto market. But now the FDIC is coming here, ask signature buyers to stop all crypto business. That's not a good thing, because the FDIC is, in Germany it's called BaFin. It's more or less a sort of, it's not quite the same, because we're a sort of insurance for the account holders up to $250,000. They are not legally liable if you have more than $250,000 on your bank account. But they try to use this now also to hit on the crypto market and to say, well, look, crypto is bad and dollar is good, which obviously is rubbish. So this is something we really have to watch and to monitor, that not too much pressure comes in here. Well, it's crypto market. And again, we are not in the crypto market. This channel is about Bitcoin, because for a long time we believe in Bitcoin. And the good thing is, when you listen to Gary Gensler, he said everything beside Bitcoin is for him a security and needs to have a license. in order to be traded on the stock market. And but he said not Bitcoin. The reason is very simple, because Bitcoin is the only proof of work decentralized throughout the world, and you cannot stop it. That's basically what it is. All right, the next thing we look in is always very important, the market capitalization. As you guys know, go on our website. I really can recommend this. Also, if you like these videos, give us a thumb up and push the abo button and activate the bell, so you will not miss any video. And it helps us a lot, because we spend a lot of effort and money into this information. As you guys know, it's all free of charge. You don't have to pay for it. So give us something back. That would be very nice. All right, here we have, on a global base, the top 100 assets. As I said, you can go on the website. You can check this by yourself. Always gold, the number one, 12.7 billion, followed by Apple, Saudi Aramco, silver already on 5, Alphabet on 6, 7 Amazon, and so on. And the interesting thing is Bitcoin is now on 12. That's very good, with $478 billion. Very good, on place 12. So, but this is the move, because we are around $25,000. So Bitcoin is going up in terms of market capitalization. That's good. Tesla is on 579, Meta is on 512, Bitcoin 478. And Visa is on 454. So Bitcoin jumped just ahead of Visa. Not a bad thing. As I said, go here. You can check this by yourself. You see, for example, Palladium. You see all the big companies in the world. You see Ethereum on place 52. So this is a very nice tool from us, free of charge. You can check market capitalization of precision metals and companies. All right, time to look into the Bitcoin Live. In the moment, 24,837. As I said, around about 25. Interesting, this is on a 4-hourly base, and we are now moving around. We're going sidewards. RSI 63, not overboard, but in the higher region. I would not recommend at this point of time to invest. But anyway, we don't give you any advice. You have to know what you do by yourself. We try to help you, to give you information. The MACD, interesting, bearish. It's a bearish crossover. So this is a signal that price might fall, but still a little bit overbought. So better to wait and not to invest at this point of time. We at least wouldn't do it. Okay, so far to this, and now we come to again back to our website, Bitcoin Future. Again, you guys really bear in mind Bitcoin and the whole crypto market is dangerous. Please read this, and I just say trading with Bitcoin involves a considerable risk of loss, including the risk that the price can go to zero. Really bear this in mind. We don't give you any financial advice here. We try to help you to make the right decision. This is basically what we do. And be careful. We look first in the psychology, like always. I think we're still in the disbelief area, not in the hope, but in the green area, well, more or less in the period of accumulation, like I said a couple of times before. Fear and greed went by 2% up, 52. That's good. So there is more confidence in the Bitcoin market. That's a good sign. And when we look on the timeline, we see the same thing. We had this dip here on my hand, which was, I think, Thursday, Friday, when we had the Silicon Valley problem, Signature Bank problem, Silvergate problem. So it went down to about 30, but now back 50, 52. For a long time, we were sitting on 20, 25, 30. So, well, the sentiment is not bad. Well, here, this is very interesting. Bitcoin green, but everything else red. So crypto market is more affected by the bank crisis we actually see than the Bitcoin, and this is what we always say. Bitcoin is has his own space, and Crypto is something else, and it's proof of stake, it's not proof of work, and it's centralized and not decentralized, and blah, blah, blah. All these things I guess you guys know. Okay, so anyway, Bitcoin light green. This is why I wear a white t-shirt today and not a green t-shirt. Okay, so Bitcoin total long and short interest, as you guys know. Future market is dominating the spot market. I often say it, if we only would have a spot, we wouldn't have a volatility. But volatility goes down, short squeeze in the moment 16%, so there are less short sellers in the market. This is usually a sign that the price stabilizes. That's a good sign. Real deal is the Bitcoin rich list. You can have a look here and can analyze by yourself the different wallets. Important thing is the Bitcoin loaded addresses. It's still going up. We started, as you know, March 6 with this graph. It will continue in the next couple of months. And we see a constant increase of loaded wallets, meaning wallets with Bitcoins in there, over 45 million in the moment. That's a good sign. Bitcoin dominance, still the same, what I said often before, less than 0.5%, which is more or less 150,000 addresses, reflects 67% of a total market capitalization with 285 billion. So it's still a very much elite market, and the mass of people is not in. Well, often I said active addresses, they follow more or less in their activity the logarithm trend of a price. We see a light upturn. As I said often before, we believe that we reached the bottom. Total number of addresses is still going up, although the price is down. It's a very good sign. And now Google Trends, it's slightly going up. You can see here on my hand, 25%, far away from 100. This 100% was when we had the $69,000. But top 5, El Salvador, Nigeria, and then Europe, Netherlands, Swiss, and Austria. And when you look on the world map on the left-hand side, half of the world, more or less, is into Bitcoin. The US in the moment is, I think, on place 26. Not so much interested in Bitcoin. Will come back in the moment, not. Germany is, I think, on place 7 or 8 in the top 10 as well. Okay, we look last 12 months Bitcoin, and very clear to say that most likely, and this is very important now, between November 22 and January 23, we reached the bottom after the FTX disaster, which took place in November. And since then, we see an increase in the price towards 25. That's a good thing. All right, now, the usual thing, we start with the Bollinger Bands in regard to the price. We are over the blue middle line up to the top. And, well, that's not bad. We had a bullish crossover. This is important. This is on a daily base, not on a 4-hourly base. We have a bullish crossover from the MACD to the control line, which is the blue line. That's a very strong and good pre-indicator that most likely the price will increase. And as I said, the MACD also on the hourly base is around about 60%. You always know between 30% and 70%, which is a very healthy area. We were down to 30% on a daily basis last Friday because of all the banking problems, but we recovered very nicely. The best is to be here in the region of 50%. By the way, all these charts are interactive. This is why I say, please go on our website. It's nice to listen to our videos, but to play around by yourself on the website, interactive, this is a very nice tool and can help a lot. All right, our 48-hour prediction is on the right-hand side. You see the actual price, 24,771. This model short-term says there is a chance that the price can fall, 23, 20, 25, not very dramatic. Can change in the next couple of hours. But as I said, we see the price more sidewards than up or down. Well, now the important model, short-term interactive Bitcoin price forecast based on cycle model until the end of the fourth cycle, which is most likely in April 24. And here you see we are slightly overrated, 1,783. That means, according to our model, the price is a little bit too high. Best is you don't see any yellow color, because then the model is right on the price, which will never really be. But anyway, we are very close to this, and the model says still around about $41,000 in the end. So this is quite nice. And the last model, as you know, is a bit a different model that says about 44. So an average between the two models, prediction from our side is 42,000 for the halving point. Interesting thing here with this model is we are moving on the lower end, as you can see, a slow upturn move, then sidewards, and then a strong upturn end move. This can change quickly, but this is what's doing in the moment, and everything in between can happen as well. All right, the last thing I want to say is, as I make the video here, I just watched the interest rates. And as you know, you guys, we had a meeting from the ECB in Frankfurt, and they just announced an increase of 0.5%. We were on 3% up until now, and now we're up to 3.5%. This is very interesting. A lot of people thought they don't do this because of the problems with the U.S. banks. But they did it. And why do I say this? And this is the final thing I just want to communicate. When you look on our start side, on the right hand, you see the Fed Watch tool. And here, 70% of the market believes that on the 22nd of March, where will be the next meeting, they believe there will be a 25 points increase, and 30% believe it's zero. But the ECB now, a couple of minutes ago, increased by 50 points, sorry. So this is interesting, and it's interesting to see what the US will do. This has a strong influence on the Bitcoin price, because the interest rates are the enemy, more or less, to Bitcoin and to gold. And by the way, last word to gold. Gold in the last couple of days went also strongly up. We are very stable over $1,900, and this is also something people go into safe haven. Gold is safe haven, and I believe Bitcoin in a way is also safe haven. Depends how you manage it. But anyway, so the ECB made 50 points, and it will be interesting during the day to see what the effect will be on the overall capital market. All right, you guys, that's it. I hope it was valuable information for you today. And as you know, we produce these videos every day. Today English, tomorrow it will be German again. And be careful. Bitcoin and the whole crypto market is, in a way, a bit dangerous. You can make a lot of money, you can lose money. So just watch what you're doing and be careful in your trading, and have a good day. Thanks, and bye-bye.